The Bakushi is the master of illusion. And if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality. Bakushi thinks he's won the game, but he didn't count on a pinch hitter.
All is continuous vibration, always in motion. Conductor of energy, a salt in the ocean. Serpent is the sine wave, polarities interwoven. A chemical sorcery, elixirs and potions. Resonant frequencies, molecular explosions. Your daily programs is heavy doses of hypnosis. People walk around blind even though their eyes are open. No time for ideological salesmen with biblical notions. That box in your room, televised lies through your vision. It doesn't matter your race, status, or religion. No longer have to beat you when your mind is locked in prison. That food is filled with toxins, it's why you can't think clear. Illusion of choice is your option while keeping all in fear. Load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here. I said load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here.
We ain't in the same place or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
In the instant, I changed the mission with photosynthesis. Witness the synthesis, ripping endless on instruments. Feel the frequency, energy off this Hennessy synergy. Literally, those that take us to infinity. Reading articles, all is horrible, calling audibles. I'm remarkable. I shot a fed at a carnival. Dust and particles, follicles gon' be everywhere. Heavy pair of some pistols, I shot them holding that teddy bear. Fuck the system, let's keep it simple. Let's raise the temple, make them triple while you're going to where they all assemble. Not Avengers, I'm the Avenger, I seek the engine. Kept my temper till I stuck the hidden blade up in them. Fuck the ruler, here's what they doing to you. Poison water in the food is what you put into you. I'm the shooter with new maneuvers. Caught back to Ruger, super trooper. He is gonna need a pooper scooper. The revenge of Montezuma. Rocking my Pumas, uppercut like a Kuma, sending you straight to Luna. Cosmic verses from universes on new excursions, emerging the virgin. I pull the back, the iron curtain. War leaders are war eaters, born cheaters, war sneakers, rearrange their core features. Born reaper, hurricane, the sword keeper. Form ether, burn all of the mold geezers. Up in government, parliament, bitch, I'm tarnishing arguments. Ain't no bargaining, throw a bomb in the audience. I'm the guardian, strange you all in the cardigan. Rearrange the universe, I am the artisan.
We ain't in the same place or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
As a king, fighting the spirit of Mesa King, vibing to my queen, playing the tambourine, while I'm eating the tangerine. My plasma was replaced with gasoline, got the blood of the Elohim, manifesting through a dream, a shit you never seen. I got the eyes of Medusa and the hands of Wolverines, astral project with my inner being. We locked in the inner ring, hoping the Anunnaki intervene. While the world is under siege, they got an abyss under the sea, living underneath. Lightning struck me standing under a tree while I was crumbling weed, and an angel swooped down, put me under her wing. Now she shields me from my desires the devil brings. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed.
The Bakushi is the master of illusion. And if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality.
All right, what's up? It sucks that I don't have my intro. I gotta see if I can find it. Oh well, shit happens. It sucks. Hold on, I gotta find this. I had this saved. Let's see, bookmarks. Cosmology. Shit. Big lie. Is it this one? Yeah. Is it this one? Nope. So it's this one. Okay. Well, I gotta send this like this. I gotta get this link. I found some stuff that's very interesting. For those who give a fuck, which ain't many. Hey, why does this look different? Come on, are you kidding me? The September 11th, this isn't even it. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, what's the point of bookmarks? No. Oh yeah, history. No, this was neither. Okay. All right, let's see. Here we go. Now, I don't know why it's not fucking... There was a whole page for this. Anyway. So how's everyone doing? Or the two people that are here? All right. Don't answer me all at once. People should go check out Knowledge Uprising. He's dropped another track. I got to put my verse down today. I was slacking yesterday. And plus, might take a little longer because I had to cut the beat up. I have an idea for this beat. I hope I don't fuck it up in the process, but the way I want to cut it, it's going to be dope. I just hope I don't fuck it up and I'm cutting and pasting. But I'll figure it out, because I always do. Alright. I'm going to go here real quick. Restream. We'll go here. Bing bong. Go here. All right, now I gotta share. Great. You guys can see this? I'll wait and see. No, you know what? Fuck that. You're late, you're late. It's your loss. I'm not gonna wait around. How do I close this fucking thing? Yeah. It sucks to be StreamYard. They're gonna lose a lot of people. I'm sending a lot of people to Restream. It's so much better. The term zetetic is derived from the Greek verb zetio and signifies to search or examine. It is here applied to astronomy to distinguish it from numerous theoretic systems which have prevailed during what may be called the more imaginative ages of the world. By collecting manifest and well authenticated facts, arranging them in proper order, and observing what is then naturally and fairly deductible, we are more likely to discover the truth upon any subject than by framing theories and assuming the operation of causes which may have no existence in nature. We have an excellent example of zetetic reasoning in an arithmetical operation, more especially so in what is called the golden rule or the rule of three. If 100 weight of any article cost a given sum, what will a ton or any other weight cost? The various figures may be considered as the elements of, or facts of the inquiry. The statement and working of the sum as the arrangement in the quotient or answer as the just and natural deduction. Hence, in every zetetic process, the conclusion arrived at is essentially a quotient, which, if the details be correct, must of necessity be true and beyond the reach of power of contradiction. Shit. Damn. So how do I oh, duh. Let me go back here. Now I got to do it this way. Where'd I leave off? Right here. Contradiction. So now. All right. The zetetic principle is also adopted in our courts of justice. A prisoner is never in law assumed to be guilty. Yeah, right. And only such facts brought against him as will corroborate the assumption. But evidence of both kinds, favorable and unfavorable, is brought forward and arranged in the most careful manner. And when the whole is properly weighed and considered, a conclusion is arrived at. And only such a verdict is given as could not injustice be avoided. Indeed, this is the only procedure which society could tolerate. Again, nature herself suggests this method of investigation. Children invariably seek information by asking questions, by earnestly inquiring from those around them. Question upon question in rapid succession will often proceed from a child until the most profound in learning and philosophy will find themselves puzzled to reply. Then, why not cast away from us the practice of theorizing as one fatal to the full development of truth, oppressive to the reasoning power, and in every sense opposed to the mental progression and improvement of the human race? Nature, justice, and the common sense and practical experience of mankind. This sucks. Okay. Practical experience of mankind all speak plainly in favor of the zetetic process and against the mind enslaving, self-deceiving, and dogmatical theorizing of the present day. If the Copernican theory of astronomy be carefully examined, we shall find that its principal feature, its leading doctrine, that the earth is a globe, is not founded in fact, and that the contrary proposition, that the earth is an extended plane, is capable of being demonstrated. This is EXG, I don't know. If the earth be a globe 25,000 miles in circumference, the surface of all lakes, seas, canals, etc. must have a certain convexity. Any portion of this must be an arc of a circle, and a spirit level or theodolite. I don't know what that is. A theodolite. Let me see if I could look this up somehow. I can't. Theodolite. When leveled, would be at right angles to the radius or square with the plumb line. Hence, from any point of observation, the line of sight should be tangent, as represented in Figure 1, where AB is the Earth's surface. Oops. All right, you see? All right, so P, which is the center part, the plumb line or radius of the Earth. T, where's T? I don't see a T. Oh, that's the instrument, the theodolite or spirit level. And the TS would be the line of sight or tangent from which the surface curvates downward at the rate of 8 inches per mile, multiplied by the square of the distance in statute miles. For instance, the fall in 1 mile being 8 inches will be 32 inches in 2 miles, 72 inches in 3 miles, 128 inches in 4 miles, and 200 inches in 5 miles. 288 inches or 24 feet in 6 miles. So hard to
anyway, if in the country of Cambridge there is called the Old Bedford, fully 20 miles long, without locks or floodgates, for almost the whole length nearly a straight line, and often for many hours together the water is stationary, so that if the earth be a globe, any part of this water must be an arc of a circle. On the side of this river, let the following experiment be tried. Measure off 6 miles, and at the end of each mile, so place a flagstaff, that the top of the flag shall be 5 feet above the water. Close behind the last flag in the series, place a flagstaff 10 feet high. Now, look with the telescope along the tops of these flags, and the last flag will be seen to stand considerably higher than the intervening flags, as in the following diagram. If the earth were a globe, this would be an impossibility, because the line of sight AB in figure 2 from the telescope being a right line would be a tangent to the surface of the water, and every succeeding flag would be a given amount below the previous one. The last or 10 feet flag would be 19 feet below the line of sight of the telescope, and would therefore be invisible, as represented in figure 3. The distance being 6 miles, the square of 6 multiplied by 8 inches would be 288 inches, or 24 feet, as the fall or curvature of the Earth's surface. But as the flag, in D, as you see at the bottom there, is 5 feet higher than the rest, this amount must be deducted. Hence the actual distance, which the flag D, figure 3, ought to be below the telescope line of sight. AB would be 19 feet. Damn, I put it too much high. But on the experiment being tried, it would be found to stand higher than the rest of the flags, from which it is concluded that the surface of the water for at least 6 miles is horizontal, and therefore the earth cannot be a globe but a perfect plane. This article is from like 1857, I think. On the 5th of February, 1850, a paper describing the new cast iron lighthouse erected on Gibbs Hill, Bermuda, was read before the Institution of Civil Engineers, London, by P. Patterson, W.M. Cubitt, I don't know, ESQ, president, in which the following passage occurs. The lighthouse is 105 feet 9 inches high. The light is visible from the deck of a vessel at the distance of about 27 miles, and possibly at a still greater distance. Now, if the earth be a globe, and if we take the altitude of the observer on the deck at 24 feet, the line of sight would be a tangent cutting the surface of the water at the point T. Where's T? I don't see a T there, but okay. Figure 5. Oh, nice. Let's do this. There we go. All right, figure 5. A distance of 6 miles from the vessel. From the point T to the lighthouse would be 21 miles. The square of this multiplied by 8 inches gives 294 feet. From this deduct the altitude of the lighthouse, 105 feet, and 1/12 of this altitude, or 9 feet, for refraction. And we have 179 feet as the distance which the highest point of the lighthouse ought to be below the horizon. In the Times newspaper of Monday, October 16th, 1854, giving an account of the Queen's visit to the Great Grimsby from Hull, the following paragraph occurs. There, the Queen and Prince, let's rewind that. There, the drag queen and Prince, attention was the first naturally directed to a gigantic tower which rises from the center pier to the height of 300 feet and can be seen 60 miles out to sea. If this statement be correct, it will go far to prove that the doctrine of the Earth's rotundity is erroneous. For if we allow 24 feet for the altitude of the observer on the deck of the vessel, and for this deduct 6 miles as the distance of the horizon, square the remaining 54 miles, and multiply the product by 8 inches, we find that if the Earth were a globe, the highest point of the tower would be 1,619 feet below the horizon. And this allowing 1/12 of the altitude of the tower for refraction. The Illustrated London News of October 20th, 1849, an engraving is given of a new lighthouse erected on the Irish coast. From its accompanying descriptive matter, the following sentence is taken. Ballycotton Island rises 170 feet above the level of the sea. The height of the lighthouse is 60 feet, including the lantern, giving the light an elevation of 230 feet, which is visible upwards of 35 miles to sea. So, Ballycotton Lighthouse, the coast of Ireland, 230 feet. Allowing, as in the preceding case, 24 feet for the height of the observer on deck. The point of contact, T, okay, we're looking at figure 7, of the line of sight with the surface of the water would be 6 miles from the vessel. From T to the lighthouse would be 29 miles. The square of this multiplied by 8 inches gives 560 feet. From this, deduct 230 feet, the altitude of the lantern, and 19 feet, or 1/12 of the altitude for refraction. And we find that if the Earth be a globe, the light upon Ballycotton Island should be 311 feet below the horizon. If an observer be placed in the center of a long and straight tunnel, such as many be found over railways and canals, the top will appear to descend, and the bottom to rise up to the level of an eye, as in figure 8. The top of the tunnel, let me just do this now so I don't have to. The top of the tunnel, AB, although perfectly straight, will appear to descend towards the line of sight, H to H, as you see. H to H, to left to right. And to the same point, the bottom, CD. You guys probably can't see that. C is right here. And D is right here. Will appear to rise. This is owing to a law of perspective, which causes surfaces or lines to appear to approach each other in distance. If we stand upon the deck of a vessel or ascend to the mast head, to the mast head, or go to the top of any mountain, or ascend in a balloon, or ascend in the balloon and look over the sea, the surface of the water will appear as an inclined plane rising up in the distance until it enters the line of sight, which sufficiently proves that this is a plane or horizontal surface, where it otherwise, the curvature downwards from the point of observation would be so great that the water would rapidly disappear and the line of sight, instead of falling upon the surface and forming a distant horizon, would be a tangent shooting off at once into space. Oops. Damn it. There we go. The apparent concavity of the Earth as seen from a balloon. A perfectly formed circle encompassed the visible planisphere beneath, or rather, the concave sphere. It might now be called, for I had attained a height from which the surface of the Earth assumed a regularly hollowed or concave appearance, an optical illusion, which increases as you recede from it. At the greatest elevation I attained, which was about 1.5 miles, the appearance of the world around me assumed a shape or form like that which is made by placing two watch crystals together by their edges. The balloon apparently in the central cavity all the time of its flight of the elevation. I think that says Wise's Aeronautics. Another curious effect of the aerial ascent was that the Earth, when we were at our greatest altitude, positively appeared concave, looking like a huge dark bowl, rather than the convex sphere such as we naturally accept to see. The horizon always appears to be on a level with our eyes and seems to rise as we rise, until at length the elevation of the circular boundary line of the sight becomes so marked that the Earth assumes the anomalous appearance, as we have said, of a concave rather than a convex body. That was written by, Mayhew's Great World of London. Mr. Elliot, an American aeronaut, in a letter giving an account of his ascension from Baltimore, thus speaks of the appearance of the Earth from a balloon. I don't know that I ever hinted herefore that the aeronaut may well be the most skeptical man about the rotundity of the Earth. Philosophy imposes the truth upon us, but the view of the Earth from the elevation of a balloon is that of an immense terrestrial basin, the deeper part of which is that directly under one's feet. As we ascend, the Earth beneath us seems to recede, actually to sink away, while the horizon gradually and gracefully lifts a diversified slope stretching away farther and farther to a line that at the highest elevation seems too close with the sky. Thus, upon a clear day, the aeronaut feels as if suspended at about an equal distance between the vast blue oceanic concave above and the equally expanded terrestrial basin below. Shit.
go. Everyone following? Hey, Tommy, Chris. That's about it. Oh, and Anna K. My dedicated people that come every day, I appreciate you. There's no words that can explain my appreciation. The appearance of the Earth from a balloon is represented in figure 9. Interesting. The surface of the Earth, which is C to D, the left bottom corner to the right bottom corner, appears to rise up to the line of sight from the balloon, and the surface of the sky appears to come down and meet it at the point HH. Looks like an eyeball. In the same manner that the upper and lower surface of the tunnel in figure 8 approach each other, and from the same cause visual that they are parallel to the line of sight and therefore truly horizontal. Where the surface of the Earth convex, the observer in a balloon, instead of seeing the horizon ascend to the level of the eye and meet the firmament at the point H to H in figure 10, which would have to look downwards to the horizon, T to T. Now I gotta do this. There we go. Oops. I went a little too much. There we go. Now where did I leave off? Okay. In the direction C to T, and at an elevation of 1.5 miles, the horizon T would be distant 109 miles from the point O and 15,840 feet, or a full 3 miles below the line of sight, with a spherical surface such as an appearance as had observed from a balloon in figure 9. Oh, great. Or from the top of any mountain would be an impossibility, or at least would be contrary to all known laws of nature. But with the horizontal or plane surface, it is strictly compatible. It is commonly believed that surveyors, when laying out railways or canals, are under the necessity. Hold on. All right. Hopefully I didn't get disconnected. I had to let the nurse in. No. All right. Damn. It's always something. The devil is a liar. No. Trying to interrupt me. Where was I? I'll start over. It is commonly believed that the surveyors, when laying out railways or canals, are under the necessity of allowing 8 inches per mile for the Earth's rotundity. But the allowance of 8 inches per mile, in addition to the usual inclinations, is seldom or never practically made. Surveyors have adopted a mode of leveling called the back and foresight method, which is supposed to involve the allowance, but as a proof that the supposition is erroneous, it has been found ongoing over any portion of work surveyed by this method, in adopting a contrary or continued forward leveling and making no allowance for convexity.
The same result followed, showing that not only is the supposition of the Earth's rotundity false in practice, out of the back and forth or double sight method of leveling is superfluous and unnecessary. And that other and better, because more simple, modes of surveying might be adopted. Thus, putting theory aside, we have seen that direct experiment as well as special and general observation lead to one and the same important truth, that the Earth is an extended plane. In conclusion, it may be useful to remind the reader that nothing has been advanced in the foregoing remarks of an assumed or theoretical character, that the very first as well as every subsequent sentence expresses or is intended to express a fact in nature, and that it is a duty of he owes to himself and to the great cause of truth against the accumulated errors of the world, to examine each statement separately to satisfy himself of its authenticity, then to consider the part it bears in the general inquiry, and afterwards to have regard to the legitimacy of the conclusion. If in these respects the details are found to be undeniable and satisfactory, there is only one course for the consistent truth loving mind to pursue. I think it says viz. I don't know if that's visual or whatever. To give up the prejudice of early training, to cease contending for what is not supported by practical experience, and cheerfully to acknowledge every honest conviction, even though it be opposed to theories and doctrines, time and name and title honored beyond a parallel. So who wrote this? This is Zetetic Astronomy or Experiments, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go to this one. See, I can't make it go in or out any better. But this is in 1857. So it sucks that, man, I wish I could like do it normal. I have these uploaded, but it would be a fucking, anyway, let me see how I could do this better. Maybe I could like, I wish I could move it. This sucks. Explaining a number of experiments which have been made and which prove that the Earth is a plane. Might have to do it like this. And not a globe. That it has no motion either on axis or in orbit around the sun. That the sun, moon, it's going to say stars. And stars are lights only and not worlds, ensuing the true cause of day and night, seasons, tides, eclipses, and other phenomena to be illustrated by diagrams and experiments. All right. So the rest just talks about they're having like you can go to this discussion. That's what the rest of it talks about and where it is.
Where is it? Friday the 4th. Maybe we could time travel and go to this event. Obtained from Mr. Gunn, Grocer, and Mr. White. All right. It's Trowbridge Mechanics Institution. On Monday and Tuesday evening, last a series of 2 lectures was delivered here by a gentleman adopting the name of Parallax to prove modern astronomy unreasonable and contradictory, that the Earth is a plane or disk and not a globe, the sun, moon, and stars self-luminous. The lectures very well attended and were delivered with great skill. The lecture proving himself thoroughly acquainted with the subject in all its bearings. Wilts Independent, January 18th, 1849. The lecture is not a theorist, and the matter is sufficiently important to claim the attention of the scientific world. Liverpool Mercury, January 25th, 1850. Synthetic Astronomy, Parallax repeated his lectures on this subject by permission of the High Sheriff of the county in the courthouse here to large and respectable audiences of our townspeople. The nature of these lectures is extraordinary, explaining that the Earth is not a globe but a fixed circular plane, that the sun moves in the firmament, interesting, and that in fact our present astronomical knowledge is altogether fallacious and inconsistent with natural phenomena. The audience listened with the deepest attention and appeared astounded at the revelations of the lecture. At the close of each lecture, several gentlemen entered the lists with Parallax, and a lively and interesting discussion ensued. Parallax, however, maintained his principles with infinite tact and ability, and answered his opponents in a masterly manner. Where did I leave off now? Oh. The audience is left strongly impressed with the starting facts to which listening. The most skeptical, at least, philosophizing after the manner of Hamlet. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than is dreamt of in your philosophy. As to Parallax himself, we must say that we seldom listened to a more clear, perspicuous, and convincing lecture. He is evidently a man of gifted intellect and deep scientific attainments. Athlone Sentinel, May 21st, 1851. I thought this was like an article. I guess it's just speaking on these lectures, but whatever. I'll stop it here. Let me see. They're gonna. Oh shit! Why wouldn't they let me do this before? Bastard! I didn't know who you were. Anyway, this is it's concluded the second course. I guess it does have some stuff. I'll just read it. Synthetic Astronomy. Parallax has just concluded a second course of very interesting lectures to large and respectable audiences in the courthouse here. At the close of each lecture, a very animated discussion took place. And although some very strong arguments were brought forward, Parallax maintained his ground. We have seldom met with the lecturer endowed with such strong argumentative powers, who in language so simple could present so quickly and clearly to the mind of the hearer the ideas he wished to impact. The simple manner in which he endeavored to elucidate his subject and bring within the comprehension of his hearers, as well as the good temper and forbearance displayed during a lengthened discussion with some very able disputants, called forth a vote of thanks at the conclusion, which was acceded to without dissentient voice. All right. Parallax wishes to call attention of Jews. Uh-oh. All right, let me do. All right, hold on. It would be nice if I could just fucking move this thing left and right. Hold on, where did that? Oh, here we go. Parallax wished to call attention of Jews and every denomination of Christians. I'm gonna have to do this, I guess. To the following points as involving astronomical and theological doctrines. The scriptures repeatedly declare that over the earth. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it. He ariseth and goes down. There has to be an easier way to do this, man. This sucks. You know, it don't let me make it smaller. I have to keep clicking this bullshit, man. Anyway, we'll make it work. Repeatedly declare that the sun was over the earth, ariseth and goeth down. Hold up. His ariseth goes down, and hasteth to his own, whence he. I'm gonna do it this way, man. Let's save it. And we're gonna do it this way. Because this is fucking annoying. I'm gonna do this. Right? And I'm gonna go here. Oh wait, that's right. I could do it this way. There we go. I'll do it like this, then I could zoom in. Come on, are you kidding me? I was about to say. I could move it over. I could do it like this. There we go. God, should have done this an hour ago. The scriptures repeatedly declare that the sun moves over the earth. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it. He ariseth and goeth down, and hasteth to his place whence he arose. The sun stood still in the midst of the heaven. Great is the earth, high is the heaven, swift is the sun in his course. The Roman Catholics cannot consistently believe otherwise than that the sun moves, for in addition to the evidence of Scripture,
His own church declares that to maintain that the sun is immovable is an opinion, obscured in itself, false in philosophy, and formally heretical, because it is expressly contrary to the scriptures. Protestants of very kind are familiar with and often read and sing with delight such poetry as the following. Quote, my God, who makes the sun to know his proper hour to rise, and to give light to all below. Doth, what does that mean? Doth send him round the skies, when from the chamber of the east his morning race begins. He never tires nor stops to rest, but round the world he shines. Quote, end quote. Quote, he sends the sun his circuit round to cheer the fruits and warm the ground, end quote. And then the last one is God of the morning, at whose voice the cheerful sun makes haste to rise, and like a giant doth rejoice to run his journey through the skies. How fair has the day been, how bright was the sun, how lovely and joyful the course that he run. Damn, these cats was busting rhymes out back then. Modern astronomers insist upon in that the sun does not really move, that it only appears to do so. I guess your eyes are playing tricks on you. And that this appearance arises from the motion of the earth. No. That when, as the scriptures affirm, the sun stood still in the midst of the heaven, it was the earth which stood still, and not the sun. Forgetting or not choosing to recollect that if the earth standing still had the effect of making the sun appear to be stationary, it would have caused the same appearance to the fixed stars. The scriptures declare that the sun moves. Common sense declares it also. And actual and special observation declare the same thing. But modern astronomy requires to disbelieve scripture and to disregard the evidence of your own sense. Dr. Adam Clark, when writing his commentary and trying to reconcile the statement of scripture respecting the motion of the sun with modern astronomy, says Joshua's sun and moon still standing still have kept me going for nearly 3 weeks. That one chapter has afforded me more vexation than anything I have ever met with. And even now, I am but about half satisfied with my own solution of all the difficulties, though I am confident. I can't see this. I am confident that I have removed mountains that were never touched before. Shall I say that I am inherently weary of my work? So weary that I have 1,000 times wished I had never written one page of it, and am repeatedly proposing to give it up. Oops. The Reverend John Wesley, in his journal, writes as follows. This week I wrote an answer to a warm letter published in the London magazine, the author whereof is such displeased that I presume to doubt of the modern astronomy. I cannot help it. Nay, the more I consider, the more my doubts increase. Augustine Luther and Lactantius denounced the doctrine of rotundity. The latter uttered the following language, quote, is there any one so foolish as to believe that there are antipodes with their feet opposite to ours, people who walk with their heels upward and their hands down. For many a century, the greatest and best men of the church ridiculed the notion that the earth was spherical. Norfolk News, October 25th, 1856. Lord Bacon, Sir William Temple, Sir Matthew Hale, Sir Thomas Browne, the Honorable Robert Boyle, the Honorable Edward Howard, who in 1705 dedicated to the Prince of Denmark a work called Copernicus of All Sorts Convicted, Sir Henry Saville, the founder of the mathematical and astronomical professorships at Oxford, Sir Richard Phillips, and many other distinguished philosophers and scholars have borne positive testimonies against the Copernican system of astronomy. Sir James South, in consequence of certain observations made with Lord Ross' great telescope, Sir John Herschel, and others have recently declared themselves dissatisfied with the Newtonian philosophy. All right. What did you guys think? Hey, Mission. Vanta Black. Three Fingers. S. Peace, Craig. What's up, Hurricane? Yeah, I seen you drop the verse, man. Whoo! That shit's fire. I gotta chop the beat. You'll see. I'm gonna work on it. I sent you a message, man, with my phone number. So if you want it, it's easier that way than fucking emailing back and forth. But anyway, that shit's fire. I appreciate it. It's gonna be a fire track. But for some reason, when you did it, I had to go in, and I had to go into your part and open it in the studio that way. It wouldn't just go to the studio. It's weird, but I figured it out. No, it's there. Your verse is there. I just had to go in to find it. Yeah, let me open up, I got a few other things. I got a few other things here when you get into. Let's see. It's Myth of the Flat Earth. What fucking jokers. Let's see this bullshit. Hey, Fools and Tools. Yeah, I had to read that because that's from in 1856 and 57. And I think that's right around the time where they were battling each other. I mean, some people say don't choose a side, but what do people mean? Common sense tells me, and I'm not picking a side. It's straight up factual. You know, my own eyes are telling me, and this ain't fucking what's his name? My eyes are playing tricks on me. What was that dude's name? Bushwick Bill. I mean, that's fine if people believe in the globe and the theories that go with it. That's fine. I mean, I'm not hating on no one. Just like if people have a religion, that's fine too. Or politics, that all their own choices, man. I'm not here to
make anyone believe anything. That's on them. I'm not a cult, and I sure as hell ain't making people do anything. That's all up to them. I'm just showing how I see things. Look at this. Flat Earth era is a modern historical misconception. It never used to say that. This is new. They redid this. Man, anything to keep the lie flowing, huh? Look at this fake ass picture of stars. The Hubble Extreme Deep Field. Like, these people are continuously robbing us of our tax money. They tell us we're in debt. Now, let me not get into that boring ass, depressing shit. German philosopher Christian Wolff. All right, I want to get out of this. University of Cambridge. In 1879, a 49-year-old British printer, author, spiritualist, vegetarian, and shorthand teacher loaded his wife and 6 children onto a ship bound for America. William Carpenter had recently run a bookshop in Lewisham, a London suburb. Man, I wish I could load myself onto a boat and just fucking take off. I'll leave Connecticut and go straight out. I would need a bear fur jacket and a bear fur pants and some Columbia boots. Those are the best. I used to have these Columbia boots that were waterproof. And they had buckles. And you strap them around your ankles. I mean, these things, you could walk in a river and no water would get through. They had like this, man, they were so good at keeping your feet warm in the wintertime. My feet would sweat. They were the best boots ever, man. I paid like $250 for them. This was back in like, 2002. A member of the Phonetic Society in 1848, we have ever since that time worked for Mr. Pittman's idea with an enthusiasm equal to our appreciation of it as worked out in the arts of phonography and phonopathy. Printing this latter system. The Gilded. I gotta find these books. Oh, I've read this book. All right, I don't know why I just did that. Proofs the Earth is not a globe. I've actually read this. Then if you want to get technical, you could go to Eric Dubé's 200 Proofs the Earth is not a globe. Why is there 2 different ones, though? Johns Hopkins University was founded with a huge endowment from this. What's this? Oh, okay. I like this picture. That's hilarious, y'all. These men are flying on the globe at the rate of 65,000 miles per hour around the sun and 1,042 miles per hour around the center of the Earth. You know what this reminds me of, this map? This map reminds me of that video game, yeah. That what is that called? Where the ball drops and spins around? But this is what he spoke about, a concave type Earth when he rose up. And it kind of makes sense. Because water travels downward to the oceans, but I just don't see how. Yeah, I just can't see. Maybe the land does that under the water, but I don't know if I agree with that model, but I don't know. No, this part is interesting. Oh, what a waste that was, huh? Anyway. Man, this guy lived a short life. 1816 to 1884. Was an English medical doctor and inventor who wrote Zetetic Astronomy, Earth is Not a Globe. I would love to have this book. Let me see if I could get the PDF. Biddy biddy bong bing. I can't wait to finish this song. This is going to be the last song. It's going to be the last song I share, because then what's the purpose of me making this album if I keep sharing, you know? But for bonus tracks, there'll be a couple songs you already heard, but I got to start taking this serious so I can do this album. I really got to start probably staying up late as fuck to get this done, because I'm real serious about putting this piece of art out. Look at this, y'all. Let me find out they took this out of here. Wow. Oh, I was about to say, man. How could I? Oh, right here. Bing bong. Who's in here? I would drop the link, but no one's in here that likes to come up. Crazy how they're censoring your music too. Yeah, it's because what I speak about. It's all right. I expect it. This whole album I'm gonna do, I ain't speaking about. I'm trying not to speak with no violence. Try my hardest. Sometimes I get frustrated and I express my anger, but like the song that I play called Television, it's gonna be mostly, I don't know if I should call it knowledge, mostly knowledge and wisdom. I'm gonna speak on points that could send people into some research. But a lot of my friends tell me I speak too deeply. And it's not even that serious, man. It's not even that deep. To me, it's, I don't know. Um, yeah, that verse is fire, man. And then that other verse you dropped, Hurricane, you know, I ain't even gonna lie, man. It's fire, but I felt as though you could have went stronger. Um, I'm not gonna be a yes man, but I was telling my friend, I don't know how to tell them, man, but no, I think you could have went stronger on that beat. But it's the beat. I could tell you wasn't feeling that beat too much. You know why? Because I ain't feeling that beat too much. But I'm still gonna put something to it. It was the wrong beat I sent, but I want to use that intro though. That intro is perfect for something. But I'm gonna drop something to it anyway. I'm still trying to match your energy on that other. You guys, man, have no idea this verse I got from Hurricane. I think it was one of his first verses he ever did. Man, Hurricane never disappoints. If Hurricane tells you he's got to go in the bag, you're fucked. He's about to drop some heat. Let's see. Trying to get Knowledge Uprising to get on a song. We'll see. And I want to get a beat or two from him. If anyone want me to look anything up, let me know. Anyone interested in anything? Did it say I'm now being reported? What the fuck? Yeah. All right, let me get out of books and do this. It's funny how they say it's a theory. Huh? Oh, that's so funny. I gotta use the bathroom, guys. Give me 1 second. It's coffee. All right. They deleted my verse. I know I did because I played the sample verse. No, they didn't delete it. I found it. Yeah, I'll play. Go to this, but I gotta get out of here and fucking go to YouTube. It's a big headache. William Carpenter. Look at Flat Earth Movement. They always make it seem like they can never say that it's a theory. I just showed it true experiments that were done that smashed the curvature. That's what I want to. I think it was A to Z brought up yesterday the pool. Let me see. Damn, I think it was fuck. What cosmology was that? In India. I forgot what it's called. Hindu. Let's see. Yeah, all these fake images. Let's see if the image comes up. There's only one cosmology image that I found. See? It's not even here. No. Security check required. Off. You want me to do that for this? Come on. Back up. Let's see. We'll look at more anyway. Let's see what we got. Mount Meru or Mount Olympus. I'm gonna find that PDF I got about the Titan trees the Australian Aboriginals would climb to meet the Star People. I wonder if I do it this way, if it would be better. See, I don't have this one either, this picture. I want to do my Flat Earth Cosmology video. I had so much of it done. I had over 2 hours of pictures, and when my phone broke, I lost it all, man. Pissed me off. See, they call it pre-glacial coastlines, but I think what's her name? Michelle Gibson was speaking how the coastlines around the whole place collapse into the ocean because of the overload of the ley lines. Now that, to me, makes a lot of sense. Is it factual? I don't know. And where's that fucking picture, man? Anyway. I'll find it. This one is a good one. This cosmology picture. Hey. Jesus Christ. This right here is one of my favorites. I wonder, this is another dope picture of, that's Mount Meru at the center. Alright, cool. I'm just glad it's not a little picture. So these pictures suck. Alright. I'm gonna find it. It's rare. There's one fucking picture. What the hell? Hey. Look at this clown. Look at this ding dong, yo. This guy is so retarded, man. I hate to say that, but he is. It's so funny that they say the sun is 99 times the size of Earth or whatever. But when I look up at it, it don't look like that. It comes over the whole horizon. The sun fits. It's so little coming over the horizon, but it's 100 times the size of Earth or whatever. It's funny. Damn, where's that picture, man? Anyway, I'm gonna be here all fucking day. Look at that. A 42,000-year-old tree holds a record of Earth's last magnetic pole reverse. I thought they were trying to show it being a fucking airplane. I just think it's funny how these people think they know how old it is. It's 42,000 years old. How do you know? Because we stuck our finger in its ass. Excuse me. Let's see. What's this? Oh, God. More of this crap. Interesting. Why can't I share this? I don't know. Anyway. I gotta find this picture, man. Yeah, what happened? When did it go off? It had to have just recently went off. Damn, how should I do this, man? Maybe I should take the vortex off and it'll come up if I look at all Hindu cosmology. Yeah, I'm gonna do it that way first. Let's see. I think this might be one of them. Or close to it. Anyway, I think I'm gonna give up in a minute. It says it. While Hindu cosmology does mention a vortex at the North Pole, it's gonna say it's just a fucking imagination. As usual. This looks like a fun book. What year? 1925? Interesting. I'm gonna try to look this up. Thing that sucks about digital books, they could be rewritten or changed or it sucks. check it. The sun and moon is LED lights. No, I think you might be right. I've always said that the sun used to be yellow because it was a an old school Edison light bulb, and now it's more white because they changed the sun like we don't know what the sun is. Like I could honestly say I don't know, but it could be just some device with lights. Nobody truly knows. It could be a reflection from the center. I don't fucking know. People like Flat Earth Nation said that the moon is lit up by the sun. I have a hard time accepting that. It's hump day. Oh yeah, it's Wednesday. Who are we humping? Hump Daddy. That's going to be my new rhyming name, Hump Daddy. I don't have a rhyming name. I used Chuck the God, but I forgot that fucking Ding Dong got Charlemagne the God. He's a fruitcake. I don't want people to be like involving me with him at all. So I got to change my name, man. I need something unique that fits me perfect. And I think I'm going to use Hump Daddy. No, I'm joking. I'm trying to find this fucking thing. Look it. We're sorry. This page has been temporarily offline. What are they doing, man? Erasing all the flat earth stuff? Sacred alignment of religious structures to the North Star. Hold on. Before I download this, let me see what it's about. Oh, fuck no. Excuse me. We're not on that ball. Yeah. All right, I'm going to do it this way, I guess. Because it's the most noisy fucking... polar vortex. Fuck out of here. All right. I'm going to have to do it this way, man. All right. Look at cake Earth theory. Like, come on, man. These people are fucking something else. The azimuthal map also destroys. And I don't like. Oh, what's this? Where's the rest of the map? Here's one of the lands in the north. And here. Where's the rest of the fucking map? Do it like this. Here it is. Hey. The fizzle bristle. Yo. I just had the whole map. Now it's gone? Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, this is some bullshit. This is horse shit. Look, and the map ain't even here. Why do they do that? Why would they bring me here if the map ain't here? Sometimes I wonder, man. What's this? Oh, shit, dude. Ching! Alright. Let's see. How am I going to get to that map? I think I'm going to have this map, actually. It should be in Wikipedia, though. Here we go. I knew it. The funny part is there's lands missing. The Jesuit Chinese world map. There's supposed to be lands up here. 2 more, and they're missing. I need this one. I don't have that one. And that's it. that's not it. Is it this one? Kunyu Wangao. Kunyu Wangao. Man, I should be Asian, huh? Kunyu Wangao. Hey, why don't they just put the whole map, you fuckers? I gotta piece it together myself. I wish I could read Chinese, man. Fuck. Wow, 22,000 pixels. Awesome. Oh, come on, man. We're gonna play this game now? Anyone could read Chinese? Anyone? Hey, what the fuck happened? Again? I know what you're saying, Flat Earth Nation. We've already, the shadows and stuff, but holograms could put shadows too, but I don't know what the moon is. I would love to fly up there and check for myself. I bet you we could fly right through that shit. Just like the sun. Who could read Chinese? There we go. Here's your North Pole lands. I guess I have to settle for this. Kunyu Wangao. Wangao. Pow. In your Gao. That's racist. Let's go. Of course. Dirt! I almost died right there. I have to piece this together myself somehow. What the fizzle is this? Musia della Specola, Bologna. What is this? Why is it so shitty to look at? Why would they put that in the center like that? Fucks everything up, man. But I'll take it. I'll scan it, and I'll find what it's about. It's the shittiest map I've ever seen. Ooh, a piece of candy. Look at this. Look at this. The North Pole. Wow. This looks just like Mercator, but in Chinese, no? Well, it is a Mercator map, but in Chinese, you get your 4 lands. This almost looks like this could have been closer to after the flood, because look at the lands ain't even fully developed. They're still underwater, a lot of it. Interesting stuff here. What do you think about the moon map, Flat Earth Nation? Oh, schnizzle pop. Now we're talking. Let's look at this bad boy. It sucks. You can't even really zoom in that good. 1674. Interesting. I'm surprised. What is that? Those elephants? No. Well, at least in China, they were still telling the truth in 1674, because around 1580s in America, they took the North Pole lands out. (1602) Japanese map. Let's see if I could get this in 11,000 pixel. What happened? Bro, they're gonna play me? Yeah, what the fuck? Here we go. Oh, it was doing it. Okay. I'm gonna have to wait a minute for it to load. Juno, man? Juno. Yo, why does it keep doing this, man? As far as what's his name made a moon map? I forgot his name. I always forget his fucking name. Give me a minute, it'll come to me. I have to look his name up. I always forget his fucking name. Oh, come on. It's gonna make me start over. I'll pull it up. Come on. The fuck is this shit, man? Vibes of Cosmos. It came to me. See this map. This is the map, Flat Earth Nation, of Vibes of Cosmos. If anyone wants to come up, I dropped the link. Well, I don't know. No, I get what you're saying. I know how you think it is. It would be dope to get a drone. It probably wouldn't go that high. Well, NASA states they're sending signals from fucking Saturn and Mars and all this bullshit. There was a book, I forgot when it came out, that predicted Elon Musk and said it would have lands on Mars, domes on Mars. I can't believe people believe that shit. They can't get a phone signal in the mountains, but they think NASA's sending signals with rovers and shit. When did they send that rover to Mars? Fucking 70 years ago? How long would it take to get to Mars? From here in their miles? What, 2-3 years? No rock hit the craft. Nothing. Like, and then they show CGI. Let me see if I can pull some of the CGI garbage up. Let's see. NASA rover landing on Mars. Video. Here we go, Johnny. Yeah, why does he keep doing this, man? It's starting to get on my last fucking nerve. It really is. It really fucking is. There we go. That's fucking hilarious, man. That is hilarious. That's cartoons, man. We'll keep the people in a cartoon mind state. What time is it? 11:30. Let's see. What do I want to do? All right, that's better. Well, I'll wait a little bit. Everything is a cartoon. Yeah, it's true. But one thing that isn't a cartoon is if you go outside and do experiments with your own two eyes, if you get a camera, you could show water's level. You know, NASA's got to show shit with fisheye lenses and stuff. If you send up a drone, you'll get real footage of a horizon. But yeah, other than that, you're right. Flat Earth maps are cartoon drawings and all that. NASA says a lot of things about flat Earth. So does the military. My grandfather used to tell me the Earth's flat, and I used to think he was bugged out because my grandfather was in the Navy. But yeah, my grandfather knew what was up. Because even in documents of the military, especially the Navy, would tell you it's flat. And the Navy don't put curvature into anything. When they're shooting other ships, they could fucking... I forgot how many miles they could see. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to research and find these documents from the United States Navy. Yeah. It's all MK Ultra for the most part, which puts people under hypnosis. I've said this a million times. I know people probably get tired of me saying it, but I remember there's times while I'd be so in tune with the TV. There's been times I would have my girlfriend calling me and I wouldn't even hear her because I was so in tune with the TV show, like locked in. Or there's been times I caught myself drooling. I was so locked into the TV. Them fucking frequencies they be hitting us with. Especially nowadays, these fucking LED TVs, who knows what they're hitting us with? Phones. Who's seen that commercial where it was an old Super Bowl commercial where the guy's standing in front of the Hollywood sign. It zooms in. He goes inside the H of the Hollywood, and it's like a government laboratory. And he was saying how phones and stuff, would turn your brain to mush. And he was this fake, like, lizard guy. I wonder why they do that. Why are they showing these people as lizards? Is it a fucking agenda they're pushing or what? Or is there really shape-shifting lizard people? Excuse me, sorry. Who believes that garbage? Well, it's not garbage. It's a possibility. I'll put it that way. But I have yet to see no shape-shifting people. If I did, I would probably either run, punch it. I wouldn't shoot it. Maybe. I would like to see a Bigfoot. Now, I wouldn't fucking try to shake its hand, but I also wouldn't shoot the fucking thing either. Anyone that's tried to kill a Bigfoot has gotten demolished in these stories that I've listened to. However true those things are. I mean, Richie from Boston was in Oregon and he showed pictures of trees broken from way up high, like snapped. And no one our size is doing that. So who knows? I'm not going to say it's false or true. I don't know. But I guess 2 hours is enough, man. I was going to have an open panel, but no one's here that usually comes up, so I guess that's my cue to dip up out of here in a minute. Shit, I appreciate you, Hurricane, man. I'm honored to do tracks with you and Sir Drop. I gotta put this beat together that Renegade sent me, because I want him on this. I don't know if it's gonna be an EP or an entire album, but I want to get. I tried to get Boston Ray, Mudflood, and I got no answer from him. Whatever. I'm not begging no one. And I'm going to see if Knowledge Uprising will get on a beat. And there's this other kid. I think his name's Dangerous Minds, I think. That kid's nice. Or that guy is nice, a young man, not a kid. Well, I guess I waited long enough. I appreciate you all. Shout out to Tommy, Flat Earth Nation, Hurricane, Mark, Bex, Craig, Fools and Tools, Anna K, Mission, Fanta Black, Bustello, Maserati, whoever that is. Sometimes I wonder, Piece to S, Three Fingers, Chris, and that's it. And maybe I'll go live later or whatever, but I appreciate you all, and I'm out like trout.